Belize is a fascinating country. It's a very small country. It's the size of Massachusetts, as the size of a state, and 380,000 people, roughly, in the country. It's also a great mixture of cultures, a Creole culture, a Mestizo culture, a Mayan culture, and a Garifuna culture.
Belize as a country is a study in contrasts. On the one hand, this is such an incredibly beautiful country, and the people here tend to be incredibly warm. We have great natural beauty here, we've got great natural resources here. On the other hand, we're a very young country, and there is great poverty here, and the wealth disparity is getting bigger and bigger.
It's an exciting time for the Society of Jesus in Belize, and that might seem strange to say because we are only 10 Jesuits in the country now. But we have really exciting things going on, both in our traditional apostolates, the things we've always done here, but also in some of the newer ministries that we're taking. So our ministries here in Belize are St. John's College and St. John's High School, St. Martin de Porres Parish here in Belize City, St. Peter Claver Parish in Punta Gorda, Belize Prison, Belize Hospice and Palliative Care. Sort of the traditional ministries, St. John's College, which is a junior college and a high school, the leading educational institution in the country, educates many of the leaders.
St. John's College was founded in 1887, and so we have been serving the Belizean community for 132 years. Currently, we have at the high school 700 boys, and at the junior college we have 1,200 male and females with 5 different academic departments.
We have a parish about a mile away, but it's sort of a world away, if you will, because it's a very poor and violent area, but also a very vibrant area in terms of faith.
This is the prayingest, most singingest parish I've ever been in. People come here and they want to pray, and they want to sing, and they sing loud. And we join together, and there is this sense of community that's here, and there's a hunger for deeper community. We've got different ethnicities, we've got different languages, we've got different socioeconomic statuses here. But how do we start to bridge all that? Well, it's happening right here at St. Martin's. It's happening in our liturgy. It's happening outside of our liturgy. I think our biggest challenge here at St. Martin's is the violence that's all around us. And that's not just the street violence, it's violence in all of its forms. One of the most painful truths is that there's a lot of violence that happens in the homes. So we're trying to heal people. We're trying to heal especially our kids in our primary school. We've got 750 kids in our primary school. A large proportion, probably about half, have PTSD. So we're trying to rethink the way we do education. That education isn't simply about reading and writing and math, but education also has to be about creating a safe space where these kids can heal, where they can re-encounter their own dignity, that they can come to discover that God has big dreams for them.
Try to do a lot of love, and we try to provide our students with whatever they need to be successful, whether it be feeding them, clothing them, providing resources that they need. We want them to be successful.
Project Heal's been around for about 4 to 5 years, and we've gotten very familiar with the St. Martin's Parish and some of the challenges we've faced with the kids thus far. A lot of absentee parents, some of the gang violence and the excessive shootings within the neighborhood, and so it's an ongoing struggle because it doesn't stop and happen one time. It's something that continues to happen. There's a lot of children wandering, a lot of kids that are not necessarily home, they're just riding around on bikes late at night, and there's very little, if any, parental supervision when they're out on the streets. We have a full-time and a part-time counselor that works with students. We keep trying to work through counseling and different initiatives, working with the teachers, working with the parents, to see how we can work on addressing the trauma or any possible hardship the child faces so he or she can be more academically successful. Then we also have what we refer to as Heal Academy for one specific grade, the Standard 3, extra classes in preparation for the BJAT. And they also get an opportunity to do yoga as well. You know, they go through a lot, and sometimes it really just takes that one person to help build their resiliency to be successful. We can't necessarily completely change their environment overnight, but if we can teach them better coping mechanisms, we're hoping that they will be better citizens of Belize.
Here at St. Martin's, you know, the teachers care about each student. So what they do is take time out to counsel the students, you know, see what ticks them off, see what makes them happy, you know, and try to work with them so that they could be a good student, you know.
My favorite subject is math and social studies and science and language arts and religion. I love everyone in this school.
We're here right now at St. Peter Claver Church. There are 3 of us Jesuits here, and we are responsible for 36 village churches, and we are responsible for 30 schools. So it is a remarkable assignment in a remarkably vast area, and virtually all the roads are muddy washboard roads, and so you can go maybe 10 to 15 miles an hour on the roads, and the villages are probably 50 miles apart from one end to the other. We're going to go do a Mopan wedding for 2 young villagers. All of their songs and their creeds are done in the Mopan language, but I would say maybe 4/5 of them understand English well enough so that I can preach and get the message across. You're going to go a long way to find more loving people, more devout people than the Quechua and the Mopan Mayan.
Each one of us, really our lives depend on whether or not we accept God's love for us. Not only accept it in our heads, but in our hearts. If we can accept God's love in our hearts, our lives change for the better, don't they? I want to forget also our important work in the prison, handle the liturgies at the Belize prison, but also we take part in counseling and pastoral visits, both with the juvenile facility and for the men awaiting trial. We've recently begun to work with a foundation on hospice and palliative care in Belize. We discovered that there's no formal hospice care or palliative care in Belize, meaning that those who are dying from extremely painful illnesses, diseases, they have no pain medication and no formal care. And so all of Belize City and all of Belize, essentially the hospice care is provided by volunteer nurses. We've been trying to take up that work and work with them and also push the government to take up their responsibility to care for these, not only elderly people, but young people who are dying from incurable diseases.
There is not a day that I wake up here that I don't feel that we are in the right place, doing the right kind of work at the right time. That sense of mission here is palpable. Christ is alive here. Christ is doing something here. And I'm excited that we're a part of that.